Good afternoon, folks. This is Hunter Jackson again with Giant Recreation World, Winter Garden, Florida. Hey, in the spirit of spring break coming up this week, I decided to go ahead and find my favorite couples coach that would be good for traveling, short term. This is going to be the 2025 IBEX 20MRK. MRK standing for Murphy and Rear Kitchen. So let's go ahead and get right into it and tell me what you think in the comments below. Let's go. Alrighty guys, and just like always, we're going to go ahead and start off on the front of this 2025 IBEX 20MRK. Now this is not the first IBEX that we've done on the channel. We had a bunkhouse model probably a month or two back. So if you're interested in something with bunks, go ahead and click the link in the comment description below. You may see a couple similarities between the two. So let's get started off here in the front. One thing I want to point off immediately is that this one does have the optional bike rack here. So this is going to, prevent you having to put bikes on the rear hitch or where you would put a rear hitch. Also, they went ahead and included the power front tongue jack. This is something I like seeing. Definitely expected it out of IBEX. This is not an entry level by any means. Also up here in the front, we've got two 20-pound LP tanks, and they call it an option, but I think this should be a standard feature. We do have our battery disconnect, very easily accessible. We've talked about it once before, maybe twice before. Just like always, if it has a 12-volt fridge or a slide and solar, we're putting two batteries on this thing, so don't worry about it one bit. Moving off to the side of the RV, we've got our pass-through storage compartment. A little bit smaller. I wish the IBEX had figured out a way to put a bigger door on here, but I do love seeing our aluminum framing, and you can't see it because it's tucked under the underbelly. We do have a thermofoil barrier. Apologize, the truck just came by. But backing off just a little bit, we do have 4-point stab jacks on here. IBEX puts the bigger ones on so that you don't have to extend them all the way. And one thing that you'll notice is we have a ton of ground clearance. That is one thing that IBEX is super big on, is making sure you can go off-road. It's part of the reason I chose this one for a spring break related RV. You get a bunch of clearance. You can go on the sand of a beach or out in the mountains, a little bit more off-road than a typical RV. With that being said, we do have a huge awning that goes all the way across, and I like to point it out. The door can open up all the way, making it easy to get in and out of the camper. While we're talking about the door, let's go ahead and point out that we do have three solid steps going in here with the side mounted little grab handle to make it easier to get in and out of the RV. Down this way, we skipped over it in the pass-through storage because it's in there, but this will come with a LP grill on the outside, and our LP quick connect is down here on the tail end of the RV. So you run your cord up into the propane grill, keeps everything easy peasy. Also, while we're down here, IBEX has always been doing, at least as long as I've been here, off-road tires. So these are going to be Mud Legends. These are American-made tires. Lots of knobs on them, get you in and out of where you need to go. Backing it off a little bit, we do have a secondary storage compartment. This is going to be a great place to put maybe the outside grill, any extra cords, maybe a water hose. It's towards the tail end of the RV, so that's typically where I would put that stuff. And we do have an outside shower on this side. Now this is going to be cold only. This is going to be great for, washing your dishes off, spraying the shoes off, spraying the dog off, all those kinds of things. Oh, almost missed it. So this unit does come this comes with solar, 200 watts on the roof. You probably saw it in the drone shots at the very beginning here. But I'll go ahead and include another clip for you so you can take a look. I like that they put it at the front of the RV. You can show off that you've got all the solar in the world, and it's upgradable. So I believe this is a 30 amp charge controller, so you're probably able to put anywhere from 600 to 800 watts of solar on board. Moving off to the back side here, we do have a tanked water heater. This looks to be about an 8-gallon, but we'll double check it once we get back inside. I like the tanked ones. It's more classic. It's a little easier to off-grid with because you can either use electric or your propane, so you have a lot of options there. We talked about it in the front. Having that bike rack up there leaves a bunch of space here in the back. So my guess is most people, since they can put their bikes in the front, if they wanted to go off-grid, may put a generator or something like that here on the tail end of the RV. And another thing, I love that they've included the spare tires. So kind of get a close-up look of that. I mean, this is an actual real quality tire. I haven't seen any issues with these coming back for any reason. You know, the classic China pops or May pops as people call them. We do have a 4-inch steel bumper, so that's going to allow you to put your stinky slinky here in the back, and that leaves that front storage compartment for probably your electrical or water hose. Moving off to the back side, the business end of the RV, we've got our power inputs here, our cable satellite here. I missed it. We do have Lipper on-the-go ladder prep here in the back. Kind of a strange spot, but we do have our black tank flush located here in the rear. And then right below that, we've got our sewer exhaust exit. So we've got our gray on the left, our black on the right. One exit on this RV, not super big, probably 24, 25 feet tip to tail. And so it's not surprising that we do only have one exit. Makes it easier when you're getting in and out of the campsite. You don't have to worry about washing multiple stinky slinkies out. Backing off. Let's go ahead and talk about the slide mechanism on here. So we are using a Schwintek mechanism, not my favorite in the whole wide world, but I like that we didn't put any sort of weight on the slide. So the only thing that's in there is going to be your couch, which just opens up the space. It's not a load-bearing slide, so you don't have to have a rack and pinion, although that is my favorite. I will point out, however, we have a fully laminated slide box as well as the outside of the RV. So this is going to be a vacuum bonded process. It takes about 24 hours to put one of these walls together with the vacuum bonding, as well as on the back side of this fiberglass, they have included Asdel. So that's something that a lot of companies, well, I say a lot, probably maybe half the industry is using Asdel or some sort of composite material. It's going to mitigate 99.9% of all your water intrusion coming into the sidewall. It's very, very difficult for it to delaminate, but it could technically still delaminate.
I see how quickly you tried to move.
Over on to the front side of the RV here, we do have our city water connection. I would have preferred if this was next to the black tank connection. However, you can get two separate hoses. It's not the biggest deal in the world. And then right above it, we have our fresh water connection. So that's where you're going to fill up if you want to take your water with you on the road as you go over to the beach. And then the back side of our pass-through storage compartment, we can see they do an extra long hose for that outside spigot. This is the LP quick connect line, and then we've got quite a bit of stuff in here, including the grill, and I think another table is up there in the front. But IBEX includes all the things that you need for the outside, which is something that's kind of unique to this brand. Let's take one more look on the front side of this RV. Oh, I didn't even point it out. We do have a windshield up here in the front. So this is going to be right behind the bed there. This is an automotive grade frameless window. It's the way to do it. Looks like the only window they made frameless is the front one, probably because that's the place that you have the most likelihood of water intrusion. Alrighty folks, let's go ahead and get inside this 2025 IBEX 20MRK. Noticed a couple of new things. I'm always learning new stuff on the job here, so let's go ahead and get a quick little pan around. The first thing that you're going to notice on this rear kitchen is that you get a ton of countertop space. This is very, very similar to the 1900 MMK model that Alta does, so that would be a direct competitor against this one. First thing I noticed, this is something I've never noticed before, is there's two hooks right here to be able to hang any sort of jackets, extra umbrellas, or things that you're going to need right before you leave, maybe even a dog leash, as well as your bottle opener is located right here. So that's easily accessible if you're in the camper or just outside the door here to our left. Like with all IBEX products, we do have a vacuum included. So this is kind of rare for a travel trailer, especially a travel trailer that is this small. So you've got your hose mechanism here. That's probably one of the boxes that was in the pass-through storage, as well as a kick plate. So if I pop this up, and I'm not going to make a bunch of noise here, but if you pop this up, you can sweep all of your stuff and it's sucking from here, or you can open this side up and you can take your hose and get under the cabinets and all those other little like nook and cranny type of places. Let's go ahead and keep talking about the kitchen a little bit because you get quite a bit of storage in here. With great countertop space comes great storage. We've got nice deep drawers that go all the way back here. There's your remote to the TV. 3 of them to be exact. You probably noticed it over there, so I'll go ahead and point it out. All of your ducts are in the walls of this unit, so nothing is going to be on the floor. That means that when you go and finally turn your furnace on after a whole year and there's a bunch of, typically there'd be a bunch of dust and debris down there, you're not going to have it all blow out at you because they are side mounted on the walls. And check this out. Hidden in your sink countertop is 2 110 ports, a USB-C, USB-A, and when you drop it down, we've got a wireless charging pad right here on top. Next is going to be underneath the sink here. We've got some additional storage. I was a little bit frustrated walking into this camper, not seeing a good place to put a trash can. However, if you look under this side, you could easily chop this back a little bit and put your standing trash can right here. So at least they haven't run water and electrical lines down in this area, and they give you the ability to have a dealer and or yourself cut that out and make a great place for a trash can. Right above the storage, we do have our TikTok style sink. So we've got our drink sprayer over here off to the left, our kind of sprayer over here. We've got a vegetable washer and all of the pans that go with it, as well as a cutting board. And then above the sink here, more storage. So want to point out, these aren't insanely deep, maybe about 9 inches, 10 inches or so. But it's nice to be able to put all your dishes, and you can put some additional shelves up there. This is something that IBEX is including standard. This is going to be a TPMS monitor. This is going to make sure that you've got, adequate tire pressure the entire time you're going down the road. And if for some reason you sprung a slow leak, that is going to let you know far before that tire blows. They also include a Klipsch speaker. That's going to be a high quality. You can take it inside, outside. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. It's definitely a good speaker, and that is a well-known brand. And then moving off to the side here, we do have our 3-burner stove and our our convection oven. So this is where you can bake, a couple of biscuits, cookies, as well as your popcorn. Over off to the right here, we've got more storage that does pass through the back here. This is a very, very deep compartment, probably 2.5 feet or so. And then a ton of countertop space here down below with an outlet off to the side. So this would be a good place to put your Keurig, your air fryer, anything that you need to plug in and leave it on the counter, just like at home. 3 more additional doors off to the side here. And then we have a 10 cubic foot, 12 volt refrigerator, Furrion to be exact. This is very, very common. Furrion is in almost everything, and I've seen some decent reliability out of this brand. Very, very nice. Just to the right of the fridge is going to be our bathroom area. I love that they include the sink in the restroom, especially, like I said before, this is only a 25 foot long trailer. That's nice that you don't have to brush your teeth in the kitchen sink. We've got our medicine cabinet up above here for additional, toothpaste, all that stuff. And then off to the side, nice big shower here. And they curve the curtain here at the top. Not always a huge fan of a curtain style, but we get a ton of room here. So let's go ahead and flip it around. I've got nothing but head height in here. I feel very, very comfortable. And when this thing spins around, I've got all the room in the world to be able to move my elbows. And then right behind me here, we do have our toilet, which IBEX has gone with the plastic toilet, probably as a weight savings type thing. It's definitely not a cost savings for them, but being a smaller trailer, they're going to make it so that more and more people can tow it. I also like that they include all of your controls for the water heater in here. So we've got our electric, we've got our propane is somewhere over here, the light switch for the bathroom. Gray, black, and fresh tank heaters are standard with IBEX, another thing that makes them great for off-roading, as well as our water pump switch. So everything being in the bathroom makes it super easy. You don't have to go all the way out to the door to turn the water pump on. let's move around and check out this cool couch that we talked about from the outside. So this is where that slide box is. This is going to give you additional seating because we have a Murphy style bed over here, so we could comfortably seat at least 4 and maybe up to 6 adults in this camper. They include these cool little side tables, which are good to be able to, you know, eat some breakfast in the morning or sit down and have your coffee still on the side there. And then right in the middle of this couch, something I really, really like, this can be a love seat, or pop this center island down and now we've got more of a theater setup. I just forgot to point out is this cool little light that they do right above the couch here. It is set up directly across from our TV over on the side here. And I believe this Connex is one of those new 12 volt TVs. So you could run this coach on just 12 volt and still be able to watch cool tunes in the morning. Let's go ahead and move over to the Murphy style bed area. So down below here, we do have additional storage with some bungees going on, just like the couch over there. The middle section can come down to give you a couple extra drink holders and make it into more of a theater setup. Everybody would be able to watch the TV in here. A lot of storage off to the side as it goes all the way back. We do have USB-A, USB-C over here in the front, and then 110 ports. Now here, I'll show you. Right over here off to the side, so you're going to be able to run, what do you call those, CPAP machines if you need it. Great hanging storage, so hanging storage on both sides, and they do include nice little LED accent lights. That actually goes way further down than most do, so you could put your longer shirts in there if you wanted to go into the winter. And off to the other side, let's see here, same thing, a lot of hanging storage there, and I'll show you, those are our interior accent lights. So it's kind of hard to tell during the daytime, but during the night while you're watching a movie, that'd be something to just kind of keep the ground illuminated so you're not, you know, walking around stepping on stuff if you need to go use the restroom. And let me show you how this cool little Murphy bed works. It's a classic Murphy bed. Let's see here, there we go. Classic style Murphy bed. You pop this middle thing up, grab from the bottom here, drop it down. Over off to the side, we do have one clasp. Pull that forward, let it fall, and then, let's see here, you've got your bed right above here. Now this is a 60 by 80 long queen, very, very comfortable for a couple adults. I've got all the room in the world. I get to wake up in the morning with the sun shining on my face, and if I want to sleep in, go ahead and drop down. We do have a blackout shade right above me here, so pretty cool stuff. Not always the biggest fan of Murphy beds, but this one was well executed. And then when you're ready in the morning, pop this sucker right back up there. It'll latch into place, grab from the bottom, pull from the top, lay it down, and we're ready to all sit down again, watch a TV show in the morning, and get out there and start camping. Want to go ahead and get one more pan around. This isn't a massive coach, so I hope I didn't go too quickly. I just wanted to give you a good top-down overview. I think this would be perfect to take out to Colorado or even, you know, over to the beach here in Florida. Well laid out floor plan, especially for 2 to 4 people. A spring break coach indeed. Hey guys, I just wanted to say I really appreciate every single one of you who has made it all the way to the end of this video. It really, really means a lot. The channel is continuing to grow, and I'm still pumping out videos every single Friday. It took me a little bit of time to really put, you know, a little bit of brain power towards figuring out, you know, what would be a good model that represents the extremes for weather, because not everybody's spring break is the exact same. Some people are going to the beach and some people are going to the mountains. So I think IBEX is a terrific choice for those off-road, you know, want the ability to go anywhere, but also it's still a great camper. It's just you could take it out on the weekends, you could take it to the beach, you could take it to the mountains. You've got the tank heaters, you have the higher suspension to get you off-road, so that was why I chose this one. Again, thank you to all of you out there who continue to watch week after week. If you're interested in seeing anything that I haven't showed yet, please leave a comment in the description below. The likes help out the algorithm a ton, so if you would please leave a like. I normally don't ask until the very end, so Stay tuned for the next week. We've got another one coming every single Friday. Again, this is Hunter with Giant Recreation World. Later.